Avi Meyers here, NTNM Extras. This is actually being produced by Jamie Hirsch, daughter of Sonny. Want to remind all of you to watch we've got a live show coming that Sonny's producing January 24th, 10:30 a.m. at the Can TV studios. Check that out. We've had, thank God, so many requests this year for people to come on the show. We couldn't squeeze everything onto the regular show, so we're doing this in a different format. The website where you can check for this show as well as the regular show is ntnm.org, where over 100,000 shows have been watched, and it's taken off like crazy. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. Jewish Chicago's out on the street already. It's free. At the time we're filming it, it's like 6 days before it goes to press, and I haven't started writing it yet, but I will. And anyway, you know what? During the course of a campaign, you meet a lot of interesting people. And oftentimes, it's the people behind the candidate that are the real engine behind them sometimes. I'm not saying that this is the case in this case, I'm just saying, but you meet a lot of really interested, talented people. And I've been using Facebook a lot, so Facebook me, please. And I had a last-minute dropout for the flu at 10:32 on a Wednesday morning for a 2 o'clock interview. I put a notice on Facebook, and by 10:39, I was in contact with the person right next to me, who is the campaign manager for Todd Connor, and he got on the show, and he's a legitimate candidate, an excellent guest, very on guy, and I'm talking about his campaign manager, Leslie Fields. Leslie, a pleasure.
Hi, Avi, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, and I've got to tell you, there's on this particular show, sometimes the campaign manager, I'd probably vote for you in a second. When you were telling me about stuff you were doing, you actually left your job and your law practice. You believe in what you're doing that much.
Well, just to clarify, I actually wasn't. I wasn't at a law practice. I'm an attorney by trade, and I've been working in politics. Well, I joke I've been in politics since I was 12 because I've been knocking on doors since I was 12 years old. But I was doing some contract work. I was doing some legal work in real estate. But I've always wanted to be in the public sector. But I did, drop a couple things to jump into this election cycle.
So have you been a campaign manager before? Is this your first time?
This is my first time being a campaign manager. I have been involved in campaigns in a number of different roles since college, even a little bit in high school. But this is my first campaign that I've managed. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and how are you finding it?
I love it.
Okay.
It's a very challenging job. Like I said, I've been involved in campaigns in a number of different ways, but to be responsible technically for the campaign, for the candidate, for the staff. It's a different experience, but I do like it.
Cool. Yeah, it can definitely be an adrenaline rush. I've been in that position.
And it helps to have, not to plug my candidate. I will probably
By the way,
several times throughout the show.
If you're the campaign manager and you're not plugging your candidate, who is? So go ahead.
Right. But he makes my job easy. He's a wonderful candidate. He is extraordinarily impressive, and so, I don't have to worry about him saying the wrong thing or doing the wrong thing. And we work together. I like to think as a team, and it's a really good setup. Yeah,
Todd definitely made a really good impression on me. That's for sure. Like when I met him first of all, I was like, wow, this guy's really on. I was almost glad that the guy dropped out.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Well, I feel like a proud mother, but he's an extraordinary. He's why I'm here. He's an extraordinary candidate. I really, genuinely believe in him. Like I said before, he was the president of my student body when I was a freshman in high school, and even then, you look at this guy. He was always a wonderful speaker. Everyone liked him. He was someone that you just knew was going to do something great. So when I had the opportunity, when my first candidate in this cycle dropped out, to work with him, it was just, sort of a no-brainer for me.
Cool. Now, how big? How big? Water reclamation is not something that's popular for most people. Most people, when I say MWRD all the time, so I'm kind of assuming the people that watch it know what I'm talking about, Metropolitan Water Reclamation District. But most people on the street, it's like, huh? And it's like, Terry O'Brien has been president for so long. He has so far and away the worst name recognition.
It's true.
Of any of the four candidates.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's really only in the political circles that, like you said, people know what Water Reclamation District is, what it does, and who does it. And I think we learned that lesson specifically when we were collecting petition signatures. And I don't know if but we turned in 22,000 petition signatures, which was
No,
you
that I
know,
didn't know.
a
That's
huge
a lot.
feat. Yeah, it was, and we got them all on our own. You know, it for about not that that
How
not
many
that there's anything
did
wrong
you
with it,
actually
but
need?
we needed 7,981.
Damn many. Mm-hmm. Wow.
You know, more than basically any other office. And
Yeah.
for an office that people have never heard of, it's a tough task. But you know, it was during that process that I realized the majority of people I approached had never heard of the Water Reclamation District. They couldn't name a single person that was on it. And you know, it's an agency that manages $1.7 billion of taxpayers' money.
Yeah, I'd actually have trouble naming all 9, and I've interviewed a bunch of them.
Yeah, and you know, to me, it's also, and part of the reason that I found this campaign compelling, aside from my candidate, is that to me it's an example of, you know, a lot of things that are wrong with Cook County. You have an agency, with taxpayers, $1.7 billion of taxpayers' money that the public generally doesn't know about, and there's just a glaring lack of accountability.
Okay. How big a campaign staff have you gathered?
You know, we have 3 full-time staff people, including myself.
That's pretty good for a race like that.
Yeah, but it's grassroots. You know, we all are there because of Todd and because of the race, and we believe in it. So, you know, no one's getting outrageous salaries here. And we have a number. I think what has enabled us to do a good job, if you think we've done a good job, is that we have a number of volunteers, really committed people that come in on a couple times a week, and you know, are willing to do anything we need help with, and are really committed to Todd and committed to the race. And so that's really, I think, the core of our campaign.
Well, with 22,000 signatures, it's got to be a lot more than 3 people getting them. That's not easy.
It wasn't, and it was. You know, I think it was an extraordinary start. It was a good way for Todd to make his name, to enter the race, and I think we've done a pretty good job since then.
Okay, so why don't you give the campaign website and the information if people want to join the campaign?
It's www.toddconnor.org. We are on Halstead and Diversey. It's a great campaign. A lot of young people, people that are passionate about politics, want to change Cook County, interested in reform, and we need volunteers. We need help, people on the streets, people in the office. Spread the word. Anything you can do to help. And thank you, Avi. Also, January 7th, is that right?
Right.
Your issue comes out.
Yeah.
So look for Jewish Chicago.
Thank you. Yeah, it'll already have been out at this point. Thank you. I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. Is there a phone number people can call?
Yeah, they can call 847-212-1545, or they can email me, Leslie, Leslie, at toddconnor.org.
Okay, Leslie Fields, campaign manager for Todd Connor. Good luck in the election.
Thank you so much.
And the point it's on, it's like early voting is on, so you can vote early. I don't know if they let you vote often, but
vote early. Early voting is January 11th. Starts January 11th, I think, until the 24th, and the primary is on February 2nd. So, if we want change to happen, if we want reform, if we want to have, we need a voice, and so people need to vote.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
My pleasure.
Thanks.